Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in to Lynn's Life Lesson. Hi guys, I hope this Monday finds you having a great, wonderful day. So guys, I'm here, and guess what guys? It's Mental Health Mondays, where we talk about things concerning our mental health. So guys, I just want to say thanks to all my subscribers for subscribing to the channel, guys. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. Mega love to each and every one of you. Thank you for my new subscribers for subscribing to the channel. I definitely appreciate each and every one of you for taking time out of your schedule and coming and checking me out. So guys, thanks so much for that. So guys, I'm just gonna jump right in on today, and I'm talking about the mental health piece today, guys, about and you know guys, I read a little bit too. So I'm talking about the mental health piece and taking care of yourself, and how the pandemic has definitely changed some things and the dynamic of how things look for us concerning the mental health piece. So guys, the first thing is taking care of your mental health. It says, if you are feeling stress, grief, or anxiety during this time, you are not alone. That's the first thing we need to say. You're not alone. We all are going through something, and we just make sure that we're trying to get the necessary tools so that we can take care of what we're going through. And by no means am I a doctor, a nurse, a psychologist, psychiatrist. I'm just a young lady coming on, giving information concerning the mental health piece. So guys, I'm gonna just jump straight in. So guys, it says, if you're feeling sadness, fear, worry, or other emotions, it can affect us during or after like a tough situation, like dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic, the loss of a family member or a friend, or experiencing related to racism. Dealing with these changes can weigh heavily on our mental health. So guys, just want to let you know, a lot of things impact the mental health piece. That's why I come out and I try to talk to you guys about self-care, loving yourself, and taking care of yourself. It said, because when we had the pandemic, it really impacted a lot of our lives, because a lot of us lost family members during that time. So the COVID-19 pandemic has been stressful on many people. Some groups may be more affected than others. Studies about mental health found inconsistent effects of the COVID-19 pandemic on different racial and ethnic groups. One of the studies found elevated depressive symptoms and fear of COVID-19 among racial and the ethnic populations. It says also another study found symptoms of adverse mental or behavioral health conditions were more common among Hispanics and Black people compared with white people. It says, however, another study found that compared to white young adults aged 18 to 30 years, Asian Americans young adults were less likely to report high levels of poor mental health symptoms, including depression, and both Asian American and Hispanic or Latino young adults were less likely to report high levels of anxiety. The effects of the COVID-19 pandemic on mental health may be influenced by the intersection of age, income, employment, and other social factors, in addition to your race and ethnicity. It says, because a lot of us during the pandemic lost family members, and that was very stressful for us. It says many people are experiencing grief and loss. Many people are experiencing grief during the COVID-19 pandemic. Grief is the normal response to the loss during or after a disaster or a traumatic event. So grief can happen in response to loss of life, as well as drastic changes in our daily routines and ways of life that usually bring us comfort, because we're used to being in a certain routine. We're used to doing things a certain way, and then the pandemic which we know it shut everything down. So we were used to doing things that brought us comfort and a feeling of stability. It kept us stable, and we were stable, And so that's part of the piece where, we're trying to get back to being the way we were. And some groups may be more likely to experience the loss of loved ones due to COVID-19. It says Black people were found to be more likely to have a close relative who died from COVID-19. And so guys, I'm gonna address that with saying I lost my mom during the pandemic, which was a lot, and it was stressful, and it's still something I'm constantly dealing with. That's why I always bring out the mental health piece and talk about mental health, self-care, which is just loving yourself and knowing how to get the tools you need to get the help that you need. By all means, guys, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a psychologist, I'm none of those. I'm just a young lady expressing some of the things that are going on in our community and some things that I went through and some things I went through with having mental health issues. You know, because when you have trauma can bring it on, and then you also can have triggers. So for me, the loss of my mom was a big trigger concerning the mental health part for me. So I had to try to redo some things, get myself in a better place, and get the necessary tools to get the help that I needed so that I could be the best me for me first, and then for my family members. And as you know, guys know, I am a caregiver. So it's not like I can put down the caregiver hat, stop taking care of my daughter, even though she's high functioning. It's still things I had to maintain in my home. And then for the other adult children that I had in my home, I had to also be able to do some things and maintain my home. And as like I told you guys, after my mom died, probably like a couple weeks after my mom died, my whole family had COVID-19, but we were asymptomatic, thank God for that. But even though you were asymptomatic, you still had worries, you were concerned, you know, and I would call my sister and ask her, you know, what could I do differently? You know, what could I take her? You know, because I'm very funny about taking things because I am a diabetic. So that's why I'm a little fussy about what I take and how I take it. I just really try to make sure I eat right, exercise, and do the necessary things to take care of that part of me. And also, it also said that social determinations of health, inequalities in the social determinants of health increase the negative effects of COVID-19 pandemic for some racial and ethnic group. We have to work together. It's saying we have to work together to reduce the negative effects of COVID-19 has had on individual and communities, including working to address inequalities. You know what I mean? Because it's saying, because a lot of people don't have the help that they need to be able to take care of some of the situations that they're in. But guys, I just want to let you know there is help out there. If you are having some issues, there is a 1-800 number, which is 1-800-985-5990. And there's also like the 211 numbers you can call. But guys, you can Google on your phone and it can tell you where you can go to and get help. If you're having an issue, guys, don't be embarrassed or ashamed, because guys, someone is going through similar or what you're going through. That's why, guys, I come on and I talk about the mental health piece, because I want people to know, because when I was out there, I didn't know how to handle a lot of things I were going through. And a lot of the things I went through, I didn't know how to get the necessary. I didn't have anyone to help me. So that's why I want to be able to help someone and tell them that you will be okay. You know, even if you have to have medication, or you have to see a therapist, or have to see a psychologist, it's okay. Sometimes the psychologist piece is the best, because you have someone you can talk to, you can express things to. As a matter of fact, I also had my daughter to go to a psychologist, you know, so she could have someone to talk to. Karen could have someone to talk to about whatever she felt she needed to, that she didn't have to address everything to me, so that she'd have someone to talk to and confide in, because sometimes they just need someone to talk to. And it says that the impact of stress. It is natural to feel stress, anxiety, grief, and worrying during challenging times. But you shouldn't feel like that all the time. You shouldn't have anxiety all the time. That's not normal. It said feeling strong emotions or being stressed can have negative effects on your health. Stress can cause the following: feelings of fear, anger, sadness, worry, numbness, and frustrations. And then you can have changes in your appetite, energy, desire, or interest. You lose interest in some of the things that you like to do, and problems concentrating or making decisions. And also nightmares or problems sleeping. Physical reactions such as headaches, body pain, stomach problems, or skin rashes. Worsening of chronic diseases and mental health conditions. Because on last week I was telling you that I did not realize that your mental health can be worse on a person that is diabetic. But if you think about it, yes, it can, because you're worrying, you're stressing. And with diabetes, you definitely don't want to be stressing about anything. It says it also can have you overeating or not eating. And you can increase, a lot of people increase the use of alcohol, illegal drugs, and the misuse of prescription drugs. And guys, there are healthy ways that you can cope with stress. And like I said, guys, I always bring out the piece on Wednesdays, Wind Down Wednesdays. And I learned a lot when I go through these, guys. I'm not just reading this for me. I'm not reading it just for you. I'm reading it for me, and it helps me to learn some things that I can do differently for myself. And so this is what I'm going to read, a few things they say that you should do that can help you, healthy ways to cope with the stress. Take breaks from news stories, including those on social media. It says take care of your body. Get vaccinated. That's up to you if you want to get vaccinated. And eat plenty of fruits and vegetables, lean protein, whole grains, and fat-free or low-fat milk and dairy products. Eating well also means limiting saturated fats, cholesterol, salt, and added sugars. Going to bed at the same time every night or getting up at the same time each morning, including on weekends, can help you sleep better, because they're saying that adults need 7 hours of sleep per night. It says move more and sit less. Every little bit of physical activity helps. You can start small and build up to 150 minutes a week. That can break down to 150 minutes a week, and you can break that down to like 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there. Limit your alcohol intake and choose not to drink or drink in moderation. And I'm going to read that next page because I lost my ring light, look like, guys, but I'm going to keep going. And also, just taking overall care of your health. That is very important. Making sure that you're taking care of yourself and doing things that you need to do for yourself, guys. So it seems like I have a little light issue going on, which may be something to deal with my box, but I'm going to keep going. But guys, I just want to say, take care of yourself. Self-care is the best care. That's why I stress the self-care piece. It's very important that we have the self-care piece so that we can take care of ourselves, do things to help us and make us help us and take care of our mental. That's very, very important, to take care of our mental health. It's very important. And to take time out for yourself, love on yourself, do things for yourself. Go somewhere and walk, or, just even if you can just talk to someone, that's very important. But guys, I don't like my videos to be too long. So guys, I want to thank everyone for coming to my channel. You could have been anywhere else, guys, but I thank you for coming out, and I thank you for checking me out. And I really appreciate each and every one of you for taking time out of your schedule. You guys have been a blessing to me. And guys, I want to continue to be a blessing to you. If you have something you might want me to talk about concerning the mental health piece, by all means, put it down in the box below, and I'll go ahead and do some research and check it out. But guys, I want to say thanks so much for coming to the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. And guys, guess what? I'll definitely see you in the next one. Have a great one, guys. Be blessed. Happy Monday.